Says my video is starting. Give it a moment. I know the internet is a bit slow. And I'm going to put your link here because I am on top of it tonight. That is your day 3 link, and I am ready to chat. All right. All right. This week we are talking about belly fat solutions, the power of low glycemic foods. So the training I did last month and the training this month all are tricks of the trade of changing your life so that you can eat things you enjoy, but without the mystery of always being stressful over your belly. Okay? So we are on day 3, protein and fiber. We've talked about what blood sugar is. We've talked about carbs demystified yesterday, and we talked about what is a carbohydrate and what is a junk food, okay? So protein and fiber. These are probably the two that I have talked the most about with all of my clients. Protein being number 1, because protein is and contains the building blocks of life, okay? So, fiber. Let's talk about fiber first. It is a type of a carbohydrate found in foods. So we don't talk about fiber being a carbohydrate. What it is a type of carbohydrate found in foods, okay? And just making sure I have all this turned on here. Good. Okay. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. Okay. Did not know I could do that, but I'm gonna try this. Okay, I'm gonna try this. I don't think that's working. All right, it's always. I don't think that's working. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch this back here. Right. I'm so sorry. And it's too much of a delay. If you make any comments, I'm not sure that I'll see them, but I promise I'll keep looking. Okay, so we're going to talk about fiber, a type of a carbohydrate. There are 2 kinds of fiber, soluble and insoluble. I tend to get these backwards, but no matter what, both kinds of fiber are very, very important, and they both work on helping you to feel fuller, on slowing digestion, and that is what you want, okay? So soluble fiber will slow digestion. It binds with, this is what I love about soluble fiber, binds with fatty acids and helps remove LDL out of your body, okay? So we all know that LDL is the cholesterol we want not as much of. I mean, we need it, but we want not as much of. So that fiber helps flush the LDL out, okay? This soluble fiber is also found in oatmeal, nuts, beans, apples, and blueberries, okay? So some of the main ones that are listed. Insoluble fiber helps to hydrate and move waste through the intestines. Okay, it's found in the seeds and skins of fruit, as well as brown rice, leafy green vegetables, and wheat bread. That's why we want to eat the skins of your fruits whenever you can. The skins of your vegetables too. Okay, and both of these help you feel fuller longer. But the soluble helps flush that digestive system. Okay, one thing I want to talk about while we're on the subject of fiber is psyllium husk, okay? I'm going to tell you the exact way. This is the first, every time somebody asks me how I overcame and prevented type 2 diabetes, this is the first thing that I think of. And it was 20 years ago, and I was not far from Apple Valley, and I remember going up there. I had read, did research, and I decided I was going to buy psyllium husk, which I did. I went up and I bought a bag, a bulk psyllium husk. It is the whole husk. It's not ground. And I would go home and I would take a half a teaspoon or a teaspoon, whatever I started with. I would put it in a cup of water. I would shake it and down it real fast with water, and then I would drink another glass of water to wash my throat with. Very important, because that psyllium husk will swell to 10 times its size, absorb water, absorb liquids, and then it will make you feel fuller. But the husk, the psyllium husk, as it moves through your digestive system, it helps to cleanse you, okay? Now that doesn't mean run out and just start taking teaspoon after teaspoon, because you've got to be careful when you add fiber to your life, all right? But I do recommend, and this is the exact time I did it, at 1 p.m. almost every afternoon between 1 and 2 p.m. I would drink this stuff, and it would help prevent that 3 o'clock crash. It was a horrible crash. I hated it. Sometimes it made it so hard to make it to work. It would help prevent that crash. And so when I realized how I don't know if you've ever just felt the absence of misery, okay? I didn't feel elated, but the absence of misery. And when I felt that, I was like, this is my life change right here. So then I started doing it a couple times a day in order to keep me from going to the cupboard looking for frosting, going to the cupboard looking for chocolate, okay? So psyllium husk, the whole psyllium husk. Now, some people may not be able to handle that psyllium husk depending on what situation you have going on with your body. And they do make ground psyllium, okay, so we have that. So fiber, I also want to mention, which is not on your PDF, but if you're going to take fiber, the first thing you don't want to do is you don't want to have it right before or right after your workout, because it will prevent your body from absorbing the nutrients you need to from your pre or post workout snack or meal, okay? So try to have your fiber away from your workouts. Let's talk about the protein. Oh, I should talk about one more thing about fiber. Fiber's a funny thing because they're trying to put fiber in a lot of processed foods, okay? Be careful with that. When I first was discovering how important fiber is, I would eat the Fiber One brownies. The Fiber One brownies are so highly processed, and they have like sugar, alcohols, or just all the weird stuff in them, that they really bothered my belly. That kind of fiber is not what you want to look for, okay? I say that if you can't find bulk psyllium husk, I say that you go by Metamucil, because Metamucil is made with psyllium, okay? I don't think it's made with a husk, but it's made with psyllium. Okay, now we can move on to protein. Protein is a macronutrient, one of the three that we talk about all the time. Carbs, fat, and protein, okay? Proteins are large molecules made up of amino acids. They are found in plants and animals, and obviously it's one of the most important ones, and we've already talked about it a lot over the last month. So protein is something you can have before and after your workout. You can have it all kinds of times of the day. I prefer it to have it with every snack and every meal you have, just about everyone, at least a little bit, okay? We have talked a lot about protein, but what I want you to remember is that protein really does increase satiety, okay? On the bottom of this PDF, I listed 3 sections, okay? 3 sections, and we're going to talk about the top 5 things, because I could probably go on forever about all the benefits of these 3 things. But the top 5 ways that fiber helps you with fat loss. Promote satiety, okay? There's nothing better than feeling full. Now, I don't want you to feel full when you actually need to eat, okay? There's a time when you have to eat. You have to have a certain amount of calories. But if you're struggling to resist eating more than you need, using fiber to promote satiety is the way to go. It also can help regulate your blood sugar because it does prevent fast absorption of other things. So we talked yesterday about the speed that your body absorbs the carbohydrate and raises your blood sugar. Fiber will help slow that way down, okay? So it's really fabulous for healing your blood sugar levels, for reversing and preventing type 2 diabetes and insulin resistance, obviously. Fiber obviously helps you with your digestive health, like I talked about. The psyllium husk helps clean you out, and insoluble fiber will help clean you out. It'll help kind of remove things from the body. It obviously helps manage caloric intake. We just talked about that. You probably will eat less if you're filling up with fiber, okay? So your calories do not have to climb so high. The other thing that I love about fiber is it does feed beneficial gut bacteria. Matter of fact, there have been studies done, especially through the company I get my vitamins through, that when you are taking fiber, like whole fiber, like real fiber, not in a Fiber One bar, but fiber into your diet daily, it actually helps your beneficial bacteria grow. Now, I'm telling you, I am still a huge believer that half of our problem in this entire country is we are ruining all the good bacteria we are supposed to have in our body, and we have nothing but bad bacteria left, is what it feels like. Okay, so that is one of my favorite ones about fiber, is it helps feed your beneficial bacteria in your gut. Okay, the top 5 ways that protein help with fat loss, which we've talked about this a lot. Obviously, it increases satiety. It helps to boost your metabolism because of what the hormonal processes it happens in your body. It does preserve lean muscle mass. Now, this is important because a lot of people, when they diet, they lose the muscle first. If you're having protein in your diet and that is your focus, you're going to, 1, feel more satisfied. You're going to, 2, not have cravings. You're going to, 3, save your muscle mass, which helps your metabolism stay higher, okay? It helps your body burn more calories all day, even while you sleep, okay? Protein does reduce cravings, and it does promote the healthy hormone levels that I just spoke of. Since protein is nothing but amino acids, chains of amino acids, you get those amino acids in your body, and then you have enough floating around, especially for us menopausal women, postmenopausal women. We need certain amino acids floating in ourselves on a regular basis, which is why we need protein on a regular basis all day. You need the amino acids floating around so that when it's time for a certain process to happen in the body, it has the amino acids it needs. Okay, it doesn't have to break your muscle down for it. Okay. Top 5 tips to make this change a success for life. Okay. Because the hardest part is being consistent with your changes. And fiber and protein are easy choices. It's just making sure that up here you're willing to be consistent with doing it every day. Okay. 25 to 30 grams of fiber a day. I can right now pull out any of my clients' fiber on their logging, and most of them are still low on the fiber. I have a few that are working really hard on that fiber. It is hard to get 25 to 30 grams of fiber a day, but you really need to. The countries where they have little to no colon cancer, those countries are getting close to 60 grams a day, okay? And they eat a lot of tuberous vegetables, just so you know. You need to drink the water with a psyllium husk in your early afternoon to prevent those cravings and the binges, okay? The binges are what I'm most proud of, is it helped prevent a lot of binging for me. Always eat protein with every snack or meal that you have, okay? Even if it's a little bit, have protein with every snack or meal and eat it first. And of course, that's the next one. Always eat it first. Especially if you have a fair amount of protein on your plate first. Always take a bite of protein, then a bite of the other stuff, or eat the whole protein first and then eat the other stuff, okay? Get those amino acids in your body, focusing on that first. Everything else will be digested slower, okay? Also, get plenty of extra water and liquid when adding that fiber to your diet, and especially if you're adding fiber and protein. Like if it's new to you, you've got to have plenty of water. If you're already somebody that doesn't drink enough water, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to tell you this little story because I don't want it to happen to you. But when I worked at the Y long ago, a lady, she's a little bit older, she was interested in making these changes, and so she went and bought a protein bar that had 30 grams of protein. She was not used to focusing on protein in her diet. She ate the whole bar because, of course, protein bars kind of taste fun when you're not having candy. And she got so bound up, so constipated that she had driven to the store, but she couldn't go in because she was cramping so bad. She laid in her car for almost 2 hours before she could get up and leave. That had more to do with she wasn't drinking enough water, she didn't have enough water in her body, and she ate the whole bar, which who knows what else it has. So it had protein, who knows what else it had in there. So my plea to you is plenty of water around the fiber and the protein, okay? Plenty of water, plenty of liquids at least. Not coffee or tea or pop, because those are dehydrants, but liquids like water flavored with electrolytes, juices, okay? Things like that, all right? So, any questions, as usual, put them in the comments. Today is day 3. Tomorrow we're going to talk about fueling your workouts, okay? Carbs, strength training, and fat loss. A lot of women specifically have a hard time believing this. As I've talked about this with a couple ladies already this week, Having carbohydrate after a good hard workout is the best thing you could ever do for yourself. Okay, and I'm going to explain why tomorrow. So if you want to know that, be watching. Make sure if you're watching the replay. I haven't been telling you to put hashtag in there, but I would love to know you've been watching it. Let me know you've watched it. Say hey, and I will see you tomorrow, because tomorrow's another fun one for me, because I have seen way positive results, and what I'm going to share with you tomorrow I have never not seen work for someone in a positive way. Okay, so have a great night, and I will talk to you soon, and get your protein and get your fiber.